This is Lady D from NYC, back with accountability. You know, I like to sit and talk to you guys about different things that I've experienced on the earth. And, you know, sometimes you have encounters with people and things come to the forefront of your spirit. And the other day I was at an event. I was on a job at an event. And I met a young lady, lovely person. And as we were having our conversation, it came to light that we were both part of the same sorority. I was like, wow, that's great. It's so nice to meet you. And she looks at me and says, yeah, but I denounced the organization. Why? I pondered. And then I asked. And she told me that she had denounced the organization because of her religion. Take my breath away. I had to dig a little deeper because I know religion and I know the organization, and I couldn't wrap my head around any of it. Well, she could not explain to me why. How do you make a remark like that, but you can't explain? Now, let me go a little further, because at the end of the day, this is not about the Greek letter organization that I'm a part of. This is about how when we are so religious, there's a lot of things we seem to be missing. We respond to things in life based on limited knowledge, because the average person that's sitting on a pew in church is really not studying, let alone praying or seeking. The average person. And then we go and we sit there and listen to some people. And don't run around saying I said this about everybody, because I didn't. But you have some leaders that have very little limited knowledge, because they were brought up by others that had very little limited knowledge, that are all well religious. And so you're sitting there week after week, not reading, not studying, not seeking on your own, listening to leaders who are just, well, like kind of stuck in these little boxes. And then you run out into the earth realm making these great determinations about other people, other things, and you don't even know why. She literally could not explain to me why her religion caused her to denounce an organization. That's God, I don't even know how many women in it anymore. How many women are in this organization? And you're running around denouncing things. And this is something that we tend to do. My thought for today is the smoking gun. You know, it's amazing. We think we know so much, even though we've not really applied ourselves. And the things of God, the Word of God is a weapon. Unfortunately, we're all running around with this gun in our hands. We don't know how to load it. We don't know how to use it. And we end up 9 times out of 10 shooting ourselves in the foot. Hello, somebody. Wow. This is the problem with the earth today. You can't run around denouncing things, and you don't even know why. There are things that we should denounce. There are things that it is definitely within our order, outside of the order of God, that should be denounced. But we're running around picking on people, picking on things, don't know why. Oh, it's please. And the sad thing was, this is a lovely, lovely person. And I decided to have a conversation, and as the conversation unfolded, what I did was I started to ask them questions. Biblical questions. Because I was seeking to find out just how much they really knew or really understood, it saddens me when I see this kind of a thing. I brought up topic after topic after topic, biblically based, and they didn't know. They didn't know the answers to any questions I asked. They didn't know the things I was talking about. They really didn't know. And so based on very, very limited knowledge, we're running around denouncing things. And so it is with many of us. We've got to stop running through the earth realm with blinders on. You ever see a horse with the blinders on? When they're walking along, they can't see to the left, they can't see to the right, they can't see anything except for what is straight in front of them. When you walk through this earth realm with spiritual blinders on, there's a whole lot you can't see. A whole lot. And because you're unable to see these things that you're missing, your decisions in life are based upon extreme limitations. There's so much more available to those that call themselves people of God, to those whose spirits are allegedly drawn toward the light. Beloved, take off the blinders. Allow yourself to see. There were things that I presented to this individual, and this is something that we're really taught religiously. There were some experiences I shared, and the first thing they say is, well, are you sure it's the Spirit of God? Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure about these encounters that I've had. I'm sure. How can I not be sure? Because we have become so limited, and because of the things that we have been taught, we have been taught that you can only jump but so high. We've been taught that you can only go but so far. There is no end to the spiritual realm. There is no end. There is so much out there for us that we have got to start tapping into. The God Spirit, the light, is our power source. Unfortunately, a lot of us kind of have our plug like hanging like half out the wall. You ever see a plug where it's not all the way plugged in? It's kind of just hanging out the wall. So it's getting a little bit of power, but it's just not all the way in there. That's what we're doing spiritually. When do we take time to start seeking God on our own? When is it time to stop just mindlessly listening to everything you've been told and never allow the Spirit, your spirit, to fully connect? Why are you afraid? Why are you afraid of learning something that you don't know? Why? If you profess to know God and you understand who He is, His presence, that light, that love, that peace, that warmth, that security, then why are you afraid to plug all the way in? Before you start making judgment calls on everyone, and denouncing everything. Why not plug all the way in and find out a little more about that realm? Find out a little more. Allow that love to embrace you and take you to the places unknown. The love is incredible. The peace is incredible. There's no peace in strife and running around denouncing everything and everybody. There's no peace in that. You do take a stand on behalf of the light. That comes out of who you are. That's what it comes out of. The light shines. Your light shines. It's supposed to shine. Stop beating other people down based on very little limited knowledge. Please. This earth realm has got to change. People have got to change. Stop being so hard on each other, and you don't even know why. That's a very sad thing. It's a very tremendous loss. We all have something to offer. We were all put here with something inside of us to offer this earth. Just learn to love. And take time to learn a little more. Maybe go outside of those little study books that they give you in Sunday school. When your spirit starts putting a question to you, instead of just putting it on the back burner and going, well, this is what they told me, this is what they said. Why don't you follow your spirit for once? Because your spirit knows the real truth. Stop running around with a gun you don't know how to use, because you're going to shoot yourself in the foot with it every single time. This is Lady D from NYC with accountability. Love, light, peace, and blessings to you. Give yourself a chance, for God's sake.